Alright, storytellers and fellow creators, let's have an honest chat. So you poured your soul into your art for a while now, haven't you? You're writing scripts, painting canvases, directing indie films, writing novels, and now someone's told you, hey, you should start a YouTube channel. And your immediate thought is, if it was anything like mine, oh no, I'm an artist, I'm not a content creator. Does that sound familiar? Well, if so, stick with me, because today we're talking about why maybe embracing YouTube doesn't have to mean selling out, it might mean leveling up. And by the end of this video, you'll see why YouTube could be the most powerful tool in your creative arsenal. So I started out as an actor, then I became a writer and a filmmaker, pouring everything into my film projects like Dirty Boy and my novel, The Partisan. But it wasn't until really very recently that I began to embrace the idea of content creation. And I find it to potentially be, and it's still very early days, an amazing way to share my journey, my experiences in the creative fields, and I've been in them for over 30 years now. And I get a real sense of satisfaction that my experiences might help others in this very tough game. Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. So why does the idea of becoming a YouTuber, a content creator, make so many people, so many artists cringe? It can a bit, can't it? It did me for a long time. But here are some of the reasons that, as I see it. The first one is the fear of being seen as selling out. We often worry that making YouTube videos turns our art into that dirty word content, that it cheapens our work or makes it look like we're chasing trends instead of staying true to our craft. But remember, nobody really cares. A lot of artists, they're afraid of what their peers will think, and I found it's the opposite. Often they're intrigued by it. Ultimately, everyone's busy with their own shit and they're not really thinking about you anyway. Imposter syndrome. You might think, well, who am I to teach or talk about my process on YouTube? But newsflash, if you're creating, then you've got something worth sharing. People want to learn from other creatives. They always have done. And if you've got stories and insights about your journey, the chances are you'll inspire others. Cameras, lighting, editing platforms, algorithms. I mean, the tech side can feel very daunting if you're not already familiar with it. But trust me, it's not as hard as it looks. And if I can do it, I mean, literally anyone can. So stick with it. Yeah, as an artist, I get it. Our focus is on creating. And adding YouTube into the mix might feel like an impossible time suck. But with the right strategy, it can actually enhance your creative process. And I've found that by talking about pitching, for instance, and writing about it, and I'll share some videos about the pitch deck that helped me raise 6 figures very soon. I found that by breaking down the process in order to teach it, I actually improved my process altogether, and I think my latest pitch deck will be even more effective than the last one. So let's turn the page on this narrative. Here's quite a harsh truth. Being an artist in 2024 isn't just about creating, it can't be. The world's changing so fast, and distribution models and audiences are changing. It's now becoming more about connecting directly with your audience and beyond. And YouTube isn't just a platform for that, it's a bridge between your art and the audience who need to experience it. And that's why we should embrace it. So you showcase your process, because people love seeing how things are made, especially art. You know, behind the scenes breakdowns of your writing, your filmmaking, or your painting process can deepen your audience's appreciation of your work. Build your personal brand, because like it or not, you are your brand. YouTube lets you humanize your art, build a following that's invested in both your work and your story, your personal story. Expand your audience. I just found out that YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. You probably already know that, but I just found out. It makes sense though, because I use it all the time when I want to learn something. And by creating content on YouTube, you're making it easier for people to find your art and connect with you by educating and entertaining them directly. You can create additional income streams. So ads, sponsorships, courses, mentorship programs like mine, link in the description below, affiliate links, merchandise, and of course direct selling of your art. Again, please see the link in the description to my novel. But with all these things, YouTube can open up revenue streams that support your art and reduce the financial stress that we all know comes with being an artist in any discipline, and control your own narrative. There's no gatekeepers, there's no middlemen. YouTube gives you the freedom to share your art exactly how you want, with no compromises, none at all. My goal in becoming a content creator isn't just about making my own content or telling stories about myself. It's ultimately about building a community of creators and creatives and helping each other get better at our craft, fund our projects, create legacies, and elevate our art. Let's talk about the synergy between art and YouTube. Here's how being a content creator for the last 3 weeks has actually already made me a better artist. It's forcing me to reflect. By creating videos about my personal process, it's helping me analyze and refine my craft and learn which things I could improve upon. Consistently uploading videos keeps you in the habit and discipline of creating and sharing your art and telling stories. This is the one thing I've felt even since only posting regularly for 3 weeks. It's tough, but it sharpens the mind. I made a promise to myself to upload 2 videos per week for the next year. Well, it's actually overwhelming to think of it like that, but making a video one at a time is keeping me focused, and it's forcing me to write every single day. Deadlines are quite good for me, I've found. So here's how I overcame the doubt and hesitation that was holding me back. First of all, I started small. You don't really need fancy gear to start. Just use your phone, keep it simple, focus on being authentic and telling good stories. Plan ahead. You can batch film your content and schedule it, and you can make YouTube manageable, even if you're juggling other projects. So I now film 2 videos back to back, then the next day I edit them, and then I schedule them. That's it, really. It's 2 days, then I'm back to creating my own projects and writing some ideas maybe for the next week's videos. You've got to embrace imperfection. You can do this in art too, but your videos don't need to be perfect. This one always held me back. I wanted to look at it as polished and as cool as the other channels. And I know these ones still don't look so great, but maybe they will one day. But progress beats perfection every time. And think long term. So building a YouTube channel takes time. I look at the amount of views I have some days and I think about the time it took to create the video, but hey ho, we have to think it long term and just keep creating, because potentially the rewards, the creative freedom, financial independence, audience connection, they're worth it. If I can do this YouTube thing at 50 years old, so can you. You know, you don't have to choose between being an artist and being a content creator. You can be both. In fact, being both might just help us take our art to places we never imagined. Who knows? So artists and storytellers, are you ready to make the leap into content creation? Let me know in the comments. So what's holding you back from starting your YouTube channel? And let's figure it out together. And if this video has inspired you in any way, please hit that subscribe button for more tips on creativity, storytelling, filmmaking, and building your personal brand as an artist. Because your art deserves to be seen, and your stories deserve to be told.